Hello guys, my name is Silk and today I'm going to be chipping into the whole TTK TTD discussion that the Battlefield community has been involved in. I've got some interesting views and arguments against the changes that I really just haven't seen in other videos on the topic, so let me know what you think down in the comments below. In relation to comments, I'm getting flooded with them these days and it's hard to respond to all of them, not to mention YouTube doesn't give me notifications for like any of them now. So I have a solution to this, and that is a Discord server which I've just made, and you can join it by clicking the link in the description. It'll be a lot easier to respond, and I can actually have conversation through different topics in that Discord. And yeah, it'll be a lot easier just to check that, and I can quickly get onto messages real quick. So yeah, I hope to see a bunch of you in there. Also, I suck at naming things, so if you want to just go ahead and suggest a name, and if I like it more than the one I've already got, then I'll use it. Anyways, let's get into this. For those who don't know, DICE basically decided to alter the TTK to make it higher, and by TTK I'm referring to time to kill, and then TTD is time to death, and it's basically how many bullets you have to put into someone to kill them and how fast that kill time is. The reason for this was to reduce the speed at which players are dying, as with data they're fearing that it's causing players to leave the game. We must also acknowledge that the real issue with fast deaths isn't actually caused by the TTK really at all. It's caused by the TTD and the one frame bug, which is basically due to netcode. And within like a single packet, you have multiple bullets registering at once, and it just seems like you're dying in one frame, whereas the guy might be looking at you for a while and you won't actually see him. You won't be feeling his bullets until that one frame comes in. And again, yeah, this is just called the one frame bug, and you can look up just information about it online if you want, but that is basically what it is, and I'm sure if you play Battlefield 5, you have experienced this. Slowing down a TTK is just a band-aid on the whole situation, really. It doesn't actually get rid of the one frame bug at all, but it's just taken a lot of fun out of Battlefield for me and a lot of others. And the real reason for this, and it's been a recurring thing with Battlefield lately, is it just takes away a lot of the variety. Before you could use pretty much any plane you wanted and do pretty well, you could use pretty much any loadout, but now there's only a couple ones that still kind of work, and even then they're not very strong. It's very similar with infantry, and I'll go over that pretty soon. So on the screen now you can see the changes in the table provided by DICE. As you can see, most auto weapons will notice that they'll need to put a few more shots down range to secure that kill. However, some guns are just going to be affected a lot more than others. The most blatant example of this is the sniper rifle. They're still going to one shot in the head and they're still going to two shot in the body, so they literally just don't really see a change here. DMRs often also maintain the same bullets required at their optimal ranges as well, which just, it's an indirect buff in a way. And then there's things like MMGs, which were never really concerned with optimal TKs, and were just spammed out with zero recoil and can still do so. The real sufferers, in my opinion, have to be the slow rate of fire, automatic, accuracy-focused weapons. SMGs already kinda sucked, but now they're even worse, and things like the STG and Sturmgewehr are totally off meta for me at least. I'll just use a 1907 and forget about accuracy and bursting unless at range. To elaborate on my accuracy point, let's look at a weapon like the STG. In its previous form, it was 4 bullets to kill up close and around 5 to 6 at mid-ranges. In addition to this, we can see the STG's recoil pattern here, where we notice a very accurate first 5 bullets, with recoil getting a little bit more aggressive past that point, but it's still not that bad. Therefore, in previous TTK, players were rewarded for using the 5-round burst and putting people down very quickly. A lot of assault rifles had this playstyle available, but now with a longer TTK, it's harder to put people down within those accurate shots, and you just end up spraying a lot more. It takes a lot of the satisfaction out of gunplay, in my opinion, and it's kind of sad. This has severely reduced the effectiveness of such weapons, leaving the more viable choices in spammier, faster firing guns, in my opinion at least. So that would be like the M1907, which is what I'm using now. Changing the bullets required to kill doesn't actually affect damage only, it just affects the way you have to use the weapon, and it can cause unforeseen circumstances, such as the one I just mentioned. Currently this TTK breaks the game like hardcore does in Battlefield 4, and it doesn't even stop one framing. It just narrows down your choices of weapons down a little bit more, and I don't know, it kind of takes away the fun out of a lot of weapons I used to like using. And finally, to reinstate a point made by pretty much every other YouTuber I've seen on this topic, does the TTK actually make it easier for new players? I think quick kills, personally, it can swing both ways. So like, you're spamming down a hallway, you'll probably get a quick kill with the old TTK, whereas you might just hit the guy, and then he comes around and lasers you because he's a better player. Like, I don't think it matters either way, and newer players aren't really concerned about TTKs anyway, really. Like, a lot of players won't even know this, they'll just come on and play the game, you know? Like, I don't think it matters in that way. So on the videos, just by saying that DICE has actually previously acknowledged that the prior TTK was nearly perfect, yet they decided to change it. Yeah, I just really don't get it, man. Anyways, that is it for the video. Again, just join the Discord if you want to, and again, finally, we've just hit 3k subscribers like today. It's pretty crazy, and I'd like to thank all you guys who have joined on this quick journey into Battlefield 5. And let's hope it lasts a little bit longer, and DICE fixes the game a little bit more than what we have right now. Anyways, I am still optimistic, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.